right, folks, welcome back to the Tiger Sports Show. We've put away the mistletoe and all the decorations, and Christmas is done, and we've come out on the other side into the heat of winter sports season. I'm Greg Mays, and I'm here with my co-host and little brother, Trent Mays. How you doing, Trenter?
Oh, I'm good. It's been a good start to the semesters. We've had some Tiger W's. We had one big Tiger dub last week.
Yeah, I think that's got to be our top story this week, don't you think? Shouldn't we head straight into basketball?
Yeah, definitely.
All right, well, let's head straight into basketball. Let's talk boys first, because that's the game you're talking about. The boys, the big key is you want to come out the other side of Christmas in better shape than you went into Christmas, and the boys have. They've kind of gotten their season jump started a little bit. They've won 4 out of the last 6. They beat Sydney over at Hastings College before Christmas, Trent. You know why that was a big win?
First time we played Sydney in basketball?
Yeah, first ever meeting. Ever meeting. You love to go 1-0 against a school. And so we're 1-0 against them. Then we lost a couple games to future Eastern Midlands foes, Blair and Bennington, the northern reaches of the conference. But now the boys have won 3 straight. Lexington, Adams Central, and then Lexington in overtime the other night. But I think it's the Adams Central game you probably want to talk about, don't you?
Yeah, it's just an exciting end to watch. Austin Nunnan, not sure how to say it.
Aaron Noneman?
Oh, Aaron, I got
it. He's the biggest hero in school, Trent.
I can't say his name. I'm just learning how to spell it. So Aaron, big Mr. Money Shot.
You don't spell it, son. You eat it.
Yeah. So it's down to the wire. The Tigers started out slow against our friends from the Western, I guess you could say Hastings or Western Adams County.
From the suburbs. Our friends suburbs, from the suburbs.
Yeah. So we started out slow. Took a while to get our feet. AC was blistering the nets. The boys hung together. They've been leaning on their defense quite a bit. AC went over 10 minutes in the second half without a field goal. Mike Will kept me going on that, our Golden Throat announcer for the radio.
Hey, Coach Trader would have been fine with that final score. What they held the Patriots to, 42?
Yeah, 42.
That would have been under our goal. Our senior year goal was always 44, 11 a quarter.
Over the Coach Sadge 40-point club.
Yeah.
But then it came down to the wire. AC made a free throw to break the tie at 41, put it 42, missed the second one. And here we go. We'll just watch it. They get it out to Eli Schneider. Eli's going to hit Mr. Money. And then there's a lot of crazy people in black running all over the place.
A lot of very excited Tigers. Yeah. Hey, producer Tate, run that again because this is just well done. I talked to Coach, he said this is their fast break, but it's not like they drew something up. That's just a great job by a lot of guys. If he loops this around again, watch Eli Schneider. Eli could have really panicked. Adams Central jumps him here. I've seen a lot of games end just because a guy travels right on that. Yeah. That's a great job by him. And then watch the Powers kid. Watch the Powers kid running his lane and posting up here. He's going to be right by the shot.
It's a great double screen.
Yeah, it is. He comes and watch him just plow that guy who needs to get out to the shot. That is just a heads-up basketball play. And, of course, the shot's just a dagger.
Yeah, it was money. In the fun. Now you think about it. Where did Aaron start his career? He was
probably in kindergarten somewhere.
Well, yeah, he was a Patriot, so he had a lot of friends in the bleachers.
Right.
He said he got a lot of nice things said to him. So then if Tate could roll that back, one thing if Tate could roll that one more time, I just want to watch our new fearless leader, Coach Linden. You commented that last week in your senior classes.
Yeah, he's in the lower left. I'm not sure we can see him in this angle, but there he is trying to get out with him.
He was celebrating, and then he thought, oh, no, I'm responsible for this.
I'm on crowd control. Yep, he was trying to just keep everybody separated. There's no way you were going to keep those kids off the floor on that. Shout out to all the kids for being safe as they celebrated. Hey, don't forget that Aaron hit the 3 to tie the game before that.
And
Yeah.
then, so big thing that we heard that sort of played in our favor. AC had 2 fouls to give and a timeout, and they kept them all 3 in their pocket. So very interesting decisions. But it was just a great victory. Probably could you call that the greatest victory we've had this school year?
I don't know. I don't know, but we're going to talk about it when we get to our new Mount Rushmore section at the end.
I got one that's pretty close, and it was the first game we ever played to start of the year when
This year?
well, yeah, when softball beat number one GI
Oh,
Northwest.
Northwest. Yeah. Boy, yeah. When we start talking about games of the year later on, both those games are going to be nominees, aren't they?
Yeah. So then they play Lex. Lex had a few kids that were back, which is always interesting when you have a non-playing over breaks. So, but Hastings, the Tigers just came out one of the first times I've really got to see him. The Ablett kid, a lot of great fundamentals. It seems like Coach Drew has made, you call it moving day, made a couple decisions on rosters and playing time. I really like the Ablett kid. He plays really good fundamentals. And then the Block kid, the younger one, not sure his name. I'm still getting to know the team. And then you got Schneider. Eli looks like he's a little bigger. He
does. Last year he looked like he wandered onto the varsity court by mistake a few times.
And then you have the mound in the middle, the power kid. He's just the hard worker. He's the glue that keeps them together. He does all the dirty work.
They got 3 straight wins with the last second shot in the overtime. They've maybe been living a little dangerously. Now, we thought we were going to have a result from Aurora last night, but we had just a bad situation in Aurora. The JV game was being played over in their second gym, their old high school gym, and a JV player from Aurora came down on a bad fall and hit his head and had some convulsions, really scared people. I haven't heard any medical news, but I know they called the varsity game and didn't play it last night.
Yeah, he's doing better. They gave him some excellent care. Coach Drew heard this morning that he's doing much better, and it looks good for now. And our prayers are just out to Aurora and their fans and their team and their students. They're going to play that game Monday.
So that means the boys' schedule is Friday night McCook at home, and that'll be a big one. I don't know anything about McCook this year.
7-2. They're sitting top 10 wild card points. So this is a good point game for the Rise Ball, and then Tiger time is now, is what Coach Drew is saying. So
and then they'll be at Aurora on Monday. So if they, you sweep those, you're a winning record. And I tell you right now, we're sitting at number 14 in the wild card. So you're starting to get yourself in the mix to be in that district final.
Those teams 7-1, I think, McCook, and 8-3 Aurora, and we all know Coach Asher is going to have the boys fired up in the red and black, and
that's right. He's over at Aurora.
They'll probably lift some more weights and probably have some big 300-pounders that'll come in and play power forward for them. It seems like they're big over there.
All right. Well, things looking up on the girls' side too, though. The girls are still battling a variety of injury and illness, but they've won 3 of their last 4 with a couple wins over Lexington and a win over Aurora last night, just in a battle, Trent, a slugfest. Well, it ended up 34-30.
Yeah, it was first 1 to 30. He's going to have a good shot to win, but from experience, that Aurora game, it's combo, maybe max points is 45 at the most.
And that gym, it's like playing in quicksand for some reason. It's like you're just slogging around in there. I don't know what it is. It feels like we never play them at home either, Trent.
No,
do you remember an Aurora game at home? I think we play over there every year.
Yeah, it seems you did. I probably was asked to leave maybe once. I think maybe that was Aurora. Yeah, it was. I was asked to leave, or at least calm down. So,
well, don't forget, Emma Langren had a big night in that Lex game. The Tiger girls did not get off to a great start. But she put 27 in. That's a pretty nice night. She had 12 last night. And hey, Hayden Laux last night got 9 points, playing a lot of minutes, which she had not been playing a lot before Christmas. She's kind of growing into some playing time as a freshman, so that's exciting.
And I want to give a shout out to Emma Langren. I was doing recycling, which plastic recycling in that school is not the greatest thing to do. Those things aren't the funnest. And she came out and she said, I didn't want to scare you, so I didn't say your name, but please come to our game. And that was the second girl. I'm trying to remember who the other one was. Oh, it was the Beck girl it was Gracie, who I get confused with the other catcher, Molbach. And Gracie's always telling me that I'm Grace. And I now know it's Grace. So get out and support the ladies. The Langren girl, Emma, she was all over the place. So she was fun to watch. A lot of help.
Mackenzie Nolet had some big free throws late last night, and that's big because they thought they lost her for the year, and the injury didn't end up being as bad. So that was great news. All right.
Parents were very happy with that.
Oh, I bet they were, Michael. I bet Michael was. And yep, Courtney. Yep. There's some good athletes there. All right. Wrestling. Let's go to wrestling. The wrestlers went down to Beatrice, and like you said, it's always good to go down to Beatrice and get a win. 146-27 in a duel. You got anything on the wrestling situation?
Coach Laux is very happy. There was a top 10 game, I think, or top 10 match duel-wise. I think it was maybe we're 4 or 5 sitting in duels. Coach Laux doesn't pay attention to the ratings or any of that.
He leaves that to us. He leaves that to us, Trent.
That's what I told him. I said, I'll pay attention to that stuff. So they were number 9. Always good to go down and get to Beatrice. It's big for qualifying for state duels, which is
makes a big difference in that formula. Yeah.
So that's coming up the first.
Can't win it if you don't get in it, friend. Can't win it if you don't get in
it. Some of the bigger kids, the young ones, the Jones kid got a big pin. He's one of the guys I keep track. He's offensive lineman that's trying to get a little quicker, a little more aggressive, and a little leaner. And then the trio of Brumbaugh and Court and Widener, they just keep taking care of business.
I don't know anything about wrestling, Trent, but I'm starting to think those guys are pretty good.
You think they're pretty good?
I think they're pretty good.
Yeah. The funny part is I coached 2 of the 3, so I knew from way back that they were pretty good at that.
I don't think that has anything to do with them being pretty good.
Oh, well, we drafted wrestlers, so I've seen them tackle kids and take them to the ground and be
that's smart. Drafting wrestlers is smart. All right, the wrestlers have got a trip to Waverly coming up tomorrow for a duel.
That's another top 10 duel. That'll help with that. So we need Coach Laux. And
Coach Laux isn't scared of anybody, is he?
Coach Kyle, though, they're going to be the best. They're going to play the best. And
all right. Then they got a Grand Island Northwest dual tournament coming up Saturday. And all those dual wins, that dual record is big in keeping track of who's going to be the 8 teams getting into dual state. Yeah. All right. Bowling was at Lexington, and it was the girls who came out on the winning side, huh?
Yeah, the girls team is very deep. I've been over to watch them a few times. They are very talented. There was one girl that bowled on our unified team, so I saw her bowl a lot, Winter. And
I just picked up a new bowler in my class. Angel Meyer, I think, is a bowler, and she's in my class.
Yeah, now. And I'm getting to know the bowling thing. I haven't. Can you tell me? Do you know the last time I bowled?
You're not very good. I remember that.
Well, but do you know where I bowled last? The last time I actually picked up a bowling ball and threw it?
New Year's Eve. 1994.
Well, you're close. 1995 in Ponderosa Bowl. The land of Theo Harris's.
And that's why you haven't gone back, because you only bowl at Ponderosa?
Yeah, only bowl when Theo Harris's ran Ponderosa. So that's
next year for our bowling preview show. We may have to do it from the alley with you and I having a challenge.
Oh, that would be interesting.
That would be interesting. Yeah.
I'll have to get over my tennis elbow by then, because that might affect me a little bit.
The boys were 3rd at Lex, and the Lex Invite actually happens in Kearney. Bowling kind of operates differently. The Lex Invite was at the Big Apple in Kearney, as made famous by KQKY Radio. Bowling's over in Grand Island today, and hopefully things are going well. Beatrice was down swimming was down in Beatrice too. I wonder if they went down with the wrestlers. But they split the duels. The girls had one come down just to the wire. The Beatrice, Fairbury, Norris, Falls City co-op team beat our girls 89-87. But the Tiger boys of the Adams Central Hastings St. Cecilia co-op dominated 106-48.
Try to say that big long co-op fast.
That's when you have a swimming duel. It takes 7 schools to have a duel.
Oh yeah, anymore it does.
It does. We've got Lincoln High Invite. That's always one of the biggies. The big Lincoln High meet. That one's been going on for. I bet that invite's 50 years old. Trend diving on Friday, swimming on Saturday. All right, you ready for baseball news?
Yeah, I'm curious. It's one of my favorite. Well, I love all the Tiger sports, but going to Duncan.
Coach Marquardt told me happened Monday.
What?
Tiger pitchers and catchers reported.
Yeah, I know. I wondered if that was close. I haven't seen him as much, but I gave him grief about a week ago. Maybe it was before break when it was really cold, and I thought, "You're not practicing outside today, are you?" And he's like, "I'm not going outside, period, let alone practicing." So
he said they've been lifting. They got about 30 guys who aren't in winter sports, so they got a bunch of guys lifting, and all the pitchers and catchers throwing already. And I said, "Well, you got to get ready." I said, there might be 3 or 4 days this spring. It's nice enough to have a game outside. You got to be ready on those days.
So the thing I learned about spring baseball is you need to check the weather report and prepare for late October football weather and bring
there's no such thing as spring weather in Nebraska. It is winter outdoor season.
And looking forward to Tiger baseball. They have they have a few top pitchers back. They lost a few key guys, and it's always a nice sign for spring to get the pitchers and catchers out. And it's weird that they're practicing the 1st of January. But like Coach Blake said, they got to have a lot of time to get those arms up and going and stuff. So
that's why I was never successful in baseball, Trent. I didn't take enough time to warm the arm up. That was why. If I had coaches getting me enough time warming the arm up, then
my baseball glory ended in B League because I played with our superintendent, Jeff the Spider Schneider.
Yes, indeed.
He took us to the B League title game. We ran into Billy Herms and Jack Giddings. Billy Herms was like 7 feet tall, playing as a 10-year and 11-year-old. But then we just discussed my baseball memory. We'll get on a tangent. Playing at West Duncan, I get hit in the head. And I remember I come back. The coach says, "You want to go to first?" I was like, "Where's first?" He's like, "Trent, you need to go sit on the bench for a while."
And you still show a little concussion syndrome during the show once in a while.
Well, it's all right. But baseball, Schneider, it was fun to play. We had Gayonas on the team, McCoys. Yeah. I was a little outfielder who didn't do much, who got in trouble in the dugout at Duncan.
All right. Are you ready? Are you ready for our new feature, our new end of the show feature for this semester?
You didn't. I just first I knew about this.
We're introducing it. We're introducing it today. We're going Tiger Mount Rushmores.
Oh.
Okay. And I've decided what our first one's going to be next week. People should be giving us suggestions. It's in honor of Mr. Noneman's great shot.
Oh.
We're looking for the 4. That's Mount Rushmore. Get it, everybody?
4.
Or the 4 most exciting finishes in Tiger sports history.
Am I allowed to nominate?
We're thinking this week, Trent. Let the people think.
Well, am I allowed to have an opinion?
You got one that's coming to your head right away?
Well,
this is good TV, Trent. This is good TV.
Well, I got the championship game in '93.
That ending, the sack, that last play. The last play was Bo kneeling.
Oh, that's true. But it was close enough.
I'm talking about minute exciting finish. Oh. All right.
Oh, wow.
That's why I'm giving you a week to think, Trent.
Yeah, that's fine. Well, well, the good thing is my girls came back to my job site. So it's not that I got time because they know what they're doing. They're on autopilot. So
they're not on autopilot, Trent. They need your brave and courageous leadership.
Oh, they know what they're doing. I just stand in the middle and sort of supervise and I get involved. I push the cart like crazy today.
All right.
But anyway, I I can come up with some, I think.
We're
So,
losing the tightness of the show here, Trent. We're losing the tightness.
We're
Oh
never-
my goodness. There he is.
oh,
There is
good Lord.
D-League
Just-
runner up.
You
What was
just,
the team
wait,
name?
that's you. That's not
Oh,
me.
that's you. That's you.
No, that's you. Because
that is not me.
you were the reason why I had that hair. You and mother.
I definitely am the one who got you those stirrups, though. Look at that.
Yeah,
You
those
look
are some
sharp.
sharp. That's a
Look at
sharp uniform.
Those are great. I loved those
And
uniforms.
so producer Tate would just in these newfangled uniforms with your baseball people.
Yeah.
You got to get back.
Oh, you got muted. All right, Trent. When you're unmuted, you got last word. What's the last word?
Hey, go Tigers! Get out to Friday night. It's a big
Tigers.
game against McCook. Let's go.
Let's fill that gym.